Welcome to another episode of WeakLEE Podcast. I'm the man in front of the camera, Darren Lee Jr. Man behind the camera is Bryce. And today I have Melanie, who is an MMA and a boxing manager, promoter, and she's sharing her journey with us. So tell people a little about yourself.
My name is Melanie. I'm from Texas. I moved to Louisiana in 2012 to work at a UFC gym. I used to fight, and that's kind of how I dabbled into all of this. And moved to the North Shore in 2013. And that's where I really started to really get into the business aspect of it. And yeah, led me here.
So fighting had you move to Louisiana?
Yes. Fighting is what brought me here.
Yeah. How long you was fighting before you became a promoter?
I fought for about 2 years. I just really loved it. I was in the streets as a kid. I grew up really rough in the ghetto. And so I was street fighting. And then finally one day I was like, I should probably get this in a more disciplined aspect. Yeah. And I did. And pretty much had my hand handed to me. But I loved it. And so I continued with that. And then I saw an opportunity to move to Lafayette to help open up a UFC gym, and they needed a head trainer. And so I did that, and then it just opened the doors just so much ever since I did that.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So you just basically just came across fighting on your own? Or like nobody in your family fought, none of that?
No. Well, actually, I have a cousin. Uh-huh. He was like third in the world in Taekwondo, which is pretty awesome. But no, like our fighting never cross paths or anything. I didn't do it because of him.
All right. So what you managing now? How long you been a manager?
Pretty recent actually, because one of my fighters, she's a female fighter. The day she walked into the gym, never boxed a day in her life. She decided this is what she wants to do. She was in college playing basketball, and she was like, I want to quit. I want to do boxing. And I think in that first week of her being in the gym and seeing how I was running the gym and stuff, she was like, do you know anything about like going pro? And I was like, yeah. And I was telling her all the steps to do that. And then she was like, when I go pro, can you be my manager? And I was just like, sure. And then my ex at the time, he had just turned pro. Yeah. And so learning a lot from what he was doing is what got me into that. And I learned that I love the business aspect of fighting a little bit more. Yeah. And so that's how I got started in it.
But I know it's easier for a woman to handle the business part of things like that. Because, with men, we just be strictly with, okay, I'm going to fight. Have everybody else handle everything else around me. It makes it simple for her. Yeah. But how many fights do you have?
Right now I have 3. But I do have a few more that I'm working with right now. Mm-hmm. Obviously, contracts need to be signed. And it takes a lot for me. I don't just want to manage anybody. Yeah. I want to make sure that your heart is there. I want to make sure that you're putting in the work. I want to make sure that I could trust you, because the trust has to be mutual between the two. So right now I have 3 set in stone and building that roster.
Yeah, because you don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. It's right. A lot of time. I mean, all day long my phone's going off. Right. So, yeah.
And what makes a good manager from a great one? What separates them?
A lot of like what I just said. Trust. I think trust is number 1. And then choosing who you want to manage, because I've had a couple of fighters approach me, but I look at what they do outside of just fighting and the lifestyles that they're living and what they're doing. I don't just want to say, yeah, I'll manage you just for the money. I'm not going to do that. I want to make sure that your heart is in it. And like I said, the trust is mutual. So some managers, they'll go in and be like, yeah, I'll sign you. Yeah, I'll sign you. Yeah, I'll sign you. I'll get you fights. But they won't. They'll just wait until somebody approaches them. They're like, hey, I need a fighter. Do you have somebody at this weight class? Me, I'm going to go out of my way to look at fights all over the country, sometimes in different countries, and see what would be best for my fighters. I don't just go for what's easiest. I want to go for what's going to be best for my fighters, what's going to get them the most money, obviously. I want more money for them as well. So, and a fight that I think is going to be fair. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of managers, it's just a paycheck.
And you're involved in a lot of training and conditioning too?
Oh, God, yeah. Right. Yeah. I pay attention to their training. And I actually a couple of my fighters, actually my three fighters, I used to train them. So
Okay.
I was their strength and conditioning. And I was also in their corners when they sparred and stuff. So I'm very involved when it comes to what they do in the gym as well.
But you don't do nothing to fight no more.
No, not anymore. I will get in the ring and spar. I
Yeah.
will do that. But no, I don't fight anymore. It's
Right.
been so long since I actually fought. I think I was probably 20 the last time I actually fought. And I'm, pushing 40.
So what with the promoting and all that outside of the managing and all that, how exactly does that go?
A lot of work.
Right.
It's a lot. So right now, I work for a company called the BFC. It's located here on the South Shore. And so we throw fights every single month. We took the month of February off, but we do, like, in March, we're going to have MMA. In April, we're going to have boxing. And in May, we're going to do a fundraiser event, which is going to be Battle the Badges. So it's cops and firefighters. So every single month we have an event, and it's a lot of work. I mean, it's getting the venue, getting the vendors, getting all the fighters, the matchmaking, purses, contracts. There's just so much. And then on top of that, sponsorships, and there's so much.
Right.
Tickets. It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot, but it's fun. So I don't see it as like work. I enjoy doing it.
Well, that makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
And what exactly do fans don't understand about the whole promotion?
I don't think they understand just how much work goes into it and how long it takes to prepare just for one fight. It's not just like, oh yeah, we're going to have a fight. Like the next fight is March 28th. It's not like, yeah, the fight's March 28th and we start preparing in March. Like, this has been scheduled for months, and we started preparing for it months ago. And I also don't think that they realize just how much it costs just to put on one show. I mean, we're talking like more than just a few thousand. We're talking upwards of closer to 100,000 for a fight.
Right.
So a lot goes into it, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of connections, a lot of meetings, and a lot of money.
Right.
A whole lot. But it pays out. And we do a lot of charity events. So the fights we're doing next month, it is all charity, 100%. So it's all going back into the community to other MMA gyms and boxing gyms for kids that are less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's good. And how many fights do you normally do a year? Or try to do?
Try to do 12. This year we're doing 11.
Okay.
And then I'm also doing fights outside of that company. So I have another fight that I'm doing separately, and that's going to be June 20th. So I'll be doing 12.
Right.
And then possibly another one later on in the year, so maybe 13.
So what exactly has been your biggest challenge with all this since you decided to do it?
My biggest challenge, okay, this is going to sound just so like, oh, I knew that was coming. Being a female, that has been my biggest challenge. Speaking of, like, my boy Merrick, he was on this show. Uh-huh. The first time he stepped in the gym, he came to spar. Obviously, he's an MMA. I have a boxing gym. And he gets in there to spar, and he's like, who's in my corner? And it's me. Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm telling him everything he needs to do, and he was kind of like shocked, like, I just didn't expect you. And same thing with, like, a fight that I went to Madison Square Garden. I was in the corner, and I was kind of like overlooked, like, oh, she's not part of the team, but like I was part of the team. Right. I was one of the coaches. And so I think that's been one of the toughest obstacles, is being a female in a predominantly male industry, and kind of getting overlooked. And so I'm hoping that I can kind of just set that standard for this area, that women can do this too. It's not just for men. Women can do the management and the promotion, and they could fight.
Right.
Women could fight.
Right. Because I see a lot more women starting to fight.
Yes. I'm so excited for that. So I just want to be like, maybe just set that standard, get it out there. Women can do this. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I fought for a while.
You did?
I trained, yeah.
Where
with
at?
With my grandfather at this gym, because my grandfather was a boxing trainer, and I trained with him from when he got out of jail. I don't really remember how old I was, all the way up till I was like 19. I was just training, and like he wanted me to box, but I was like, nah, I didn't want to get hit.
You'd have been good too, because you're tall.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get hit. But then he'll be like, Floyd Mayweather, he think he pretty too. So you think you too pretty? I'm like, nah, I just don't want to fight.
Well, Floyd
I was a
doesn't get
basketball
hit.
player. That's what it was.
Okay,
I just use it
sense.
really for
But Floyd did get hit.
Exactly.
So that's the goal. That's the objective. You don't want to get hit. It's
but
gonna happen.
I realized it came with confidence, though. I wasn't really confident to do it.
Yeah. I mean, if basketball was your first choice, then that's where your heart's at. You got to follow your heart. So, yeah.
So how do you manage friendship, family, and all that with what you do?
They support me.
Yeah.
They all support me. They come to my events. I think the biggest thing is managing friendships and separating that from management, because like my fighters, they're my friends. They were my friends before I became their manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I separate that by making sure that they're staying on task. Like they know that I'm not going to be like an easy manager. It's going to be like, oh, she doesn't care what we're doing. Just show up to the fight and, win.
Mm-hmm.
I stay on top of them, and I'm like, I'll call them and be like, send me videos. I want to see you sparring. What do you weigh? Step on the scale. Tell me how much you weigh. And they know I'm serious when I'm talking about boxing, because they're boxers. They know that I'm serious. Family, I'm a single mom, 3 kids. They know what I do. I'm blessed to have a daughter that's about to be 16, so she helps out so much. But my kids, they like to go to the events as well, and they all used to fight too. So
yeah,
it's part of the family now, my family at least.
Right. And and I remember you said something about you don't have no family in the state.
Yeah, none.
And everybody's still in Texas?
They're all in Texas. I mean, they're scattered all over the United States, but there's none in Louisiana. So it's just myself and my children.
So how exactly has that been for you, just moving like that?
Like just being alone?
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good. When I go home, I get there as soon as I cross that state line into Texas. I mean, I immediately switch. I start speaking, Tex-Mex. It's like I'm home, and I have a great time. I'm there for like 3 to 5 days, and then I'm ready to go home. Right. So it's like a break. My family they're big. They're a lot. We're fun. We're very we're out there. It's a very loud family, a very fun family. But they come out here. My sister actually just drove down this past weekend to spend time with us, literally for 24 hours, and then they left.
Right.
So I balance it. Lots of FaceTime calls.
Yeah.
But for big events, they come out and they support everything.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I know that's how it was with me when I lived in Dallas. It was a lot. It was different.
You didn't have any family up there?
I lived with my godmother.
That's a big city.
Yeah.
That's a really big city.
And then my brother moved down there. That helped a whole lot. It made me more comfortable.
I think that helps as well as having my family come here all the time. I honestly haven't gone to visit them in, my God, like 6 months or so, because they keep wanting to come down here. They love it here. Right. So they're always coming to visit me. But it does help having them come, because it's like I get to shut off everything else. Like when she was here this weekend, I didn't do anything that had to do with managing any fighters. I wasn't answering. I was just there spending time with my sister, my niece, my nephew, my brother-in-law. It was good.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Family time always great.
Yeah.
So what is your ultimate goal with your career?
My ultimate goal is just to, honestly, it's a goal that I have for my fighters. I want them to reach their goals. I want them to get, and I know what their goals are. Their goals are to be number one. Mm-hmm. They want to be number one in their weight division. They want to be number one in the world. So my goal is for them to help them reach their goal, because then that's going to help me get to my goal as well. I want to be able to be managing fighters that are at that elite top level. Traveling with them, traveling the globe, going everywhere. Like that's my ultimate goal, is for my fighters to reach their goals, because that's what my goal is, for them to reach it. Then my goal's been reached. Right. And I'm not going to stop them, but keep getting more fighters and keep more and more. It's like, oh, I just signed somebody new. In 5 years, you'll be here. That's my goal, is to help everybody just get to the top. And
you're willing to do like managing all over the world, or just strictly Louisiana?
Oh, no, anywhere. Okay. Yeah. Manager doesn't have to be there specifically with the fighter. Their main thing is to, get them fights, negotiate purses and stuff with them. They don't have to be there. Now, do I like them being here? Of course I do. Of course I do, because I love the sport so much, and I truly value my fighters. So I want to make sure that they're staying on top of their game. But no, I don't mind having fighters from anywhere else.
Yeah. What's the furthest you traveled for event?
In the amateur world, we went everywhere. Went to Vegas. We everywhere.
Yeah.
Pro so far, New York is the furthest that we've gone, and that was Madison Square Garden.
Right.
So
it had to be something big.
It's the mecca of boxing. So that was a big one. That was a big one for sure.
Right. That's great though. Yeah. It's a good thing that you enjoyed and you love it and you found something that you enjoy doing. That's really all it is. Everything about.
I know. I love it so much.
So what exactly you had to ask me?
What made you want to start a podcast?
Me just knowing and going through my divorce that I went through, knowing that I'm not the only person who's been through this. Just like your story that you just said, you're not the only person who's a manager. Mm-hmm. So somebody could look at this and be like, oh, I understand that. I could relate to that. So that's really what made me want to start it. Giving people something that they could relate to.
Yeah. And you seem like a real people person, so that helps too.
I am. Get told that all the time.
Okay, so basketball. What happened after basketball?
I started working. I became a regular man.
I grew up.
Yeah. Once confidence with basketball wasn't where it was supposed to be, I went straight to working.
Okay, how was that transition?
Easy.
Really?
It was, because after I graduated, I always had a job, but it was hard finding the right job at that moment. Then once I found the right job at that moment, I didn't handle it the way I should have.
Okay.
Like making a good bit of money being young, that didn't work out right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was terrible. I was spending money that instead of building for my future, I was just living in the present.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that young.
And it's just like now looking back at it, it's like I wish I would have done things way differently.
Mm-hmm. Same. Okay, well, that's good that transition was easy, because I know a lot of athletes, when they go from playing the sport for so long and then all of a sudden, like, the real world just happens.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, it's like, I got to go to the gym. You don't have time to go to the gym now. You got to go to work, and you got to get these bills paid. You need to go to the store and get some food for the house. It's like life hits you, and it's usually a lot harder for, athletes have been doing it their whole life to just stop cold turkey.
And that's one thing I realized with having friends that's played sports and looking at my brother and his friends, is like a lot of people really don't know what to do after, like at all. No idea.
Yeah.
And that's somewhat of a scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I raise my kids, like I have 2 boys, and it's just like making sure that, y'all gonna play sports, but this is not gonna be your life.
Yeah.
But
Unless
when you're striving to be the best at that moment, that's all you're doing.
Yeah. It's like you want to be that 1% that makes it in that sport, but it's like 1%, My daughter, she's 10, but she's a competitive gymnast, and she's so good. And she knows she wants to compete at LSU, and then she wants to teach gymnastics. She wants to open her own gymnastics gym. Like she's obsessed with the sport. I haven't had that talk with her yet, about, the future and things like that, college. She has her head set on gymnastics is her life. She's going to be doing this forever, which is the same mindset that myself and her father had for what we did, Believe it or not, I was actually cross country. That's what I did before. And I was like really good.
Right. I couldn't stand cross country. I had to do the shorter distance.
Oh, see, no, I was, well, I remember like in high school, because I can run fast for a long time, the coaches, they were like, hey, if you can run fast for a long time, you can probably run fast for just 1 lap, right? Yeah. And I was like, I'm sure I can. Next thing you know, they put me on the mile relay. And we would win. Right. But yeah, that's like my daughter. I'm looking at her and I'm like, that's myself. That's her father. We were the same way. Except he was that 1% who was able to, take it from, not just amateur, but he was able to go pro and continue that. So she has people she can look up to. And I obviously have stopped fighting to start a family. And so if she does happen to transition out of gymnastics, hopefully way after college, then I can help her with that transition.
But you still did make it work in that same
I did
area though.
I
So I
did.
mean,
I
there's
did.
different avenues with what we like to do.
Yeah, that's true. I truly enjoy what I do. I love it.
Right.
Yeah, I love it so much. So I guess it really wasn't that hard for me.
Yeah. But like you said, she talking about opening up a gym. I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds like
that's what her parents
that's
did.
very and it's manageable.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something simple.
Yeah, she's got this.
But thank you for doing the episode with me though. I appreciate it.
Of course.
There's another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast. Remember, open, honest, vulnerable, and tune in next week. And this is the WeakLEE Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.